Field, that's complete. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. The touchdown giving him the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week with a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Mariota and the Raiders now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
A first down throw for Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. He'll look downfield for Waller, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
He can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. O'Shane Ximines able to record his 5th sack of the season. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
Boy, did they ever. There was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
To throw again on second down. Jones, they'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Jones on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
New York Giants.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Giants are going to take over in great field position. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And Ingram holds it in. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. From the gun, Jones. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They'll try and run. Freeman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down and goal.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
17. Raiders nothing.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Yeah, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Mariota again. But it's brought in by Washington. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Again, it's Mariota. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And a Raider 1st down.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. To the air again, Mariota. This is caught. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders get a score closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll kick things off in Tampa. Carolina paying a visit in an NFC South matchup, and it's the Panthers who are out in front.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Graham Gano.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now, everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
At the 26-yard line.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a screen to Richard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, Mariota. A slant to Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Mariota on first down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Washington.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
6-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It's caught. Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for Giants first down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman.
Devontae Freeman,
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And the Raiders have got him.
Daniel Jones sacked.
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota is going to fire one deep over the middle. Room here to run. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On first down, Freeman.
Devontae
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
20, Raiders 7.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
10. At their own 26.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers. Mariota's pass.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or 2, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
The pass.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Freeman again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, man!
And that'll set them back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jones, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Conversion is no good.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. On the return, Phillips. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Flushed out right. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Play action now. Mariota. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.